the reason we're having such a hard time with this breakup isn't because of you. There's nothing wrong with you. So much of this is attachment wounds and us being attached to people based on what we're used to, what we're used to being treated like, what we think we deserve. So let's actually do the thing in this video now, and let's practice changing our state so that you can actually feel what it's like to level up on your own without needing somebody to validate you, and to raise your energy so that eventually you truly feel from within that you don't need somebody else to make you feel whole. And I'm showing you this because it took me years to figure all of this out on my own, and it took a breakup for me to actually take this seriously. So I know there are women like me out there. I work with women that are like me out there, and we heal through safety, through self-discipline, and through learning from inspiration. So I'm going to show you how to change your state now, and I'm going to hopefully save you tons of time so that you don't have to go through a long tenure of unnecessary heartbreak and thinking that something is your fault or you don't deserve something. Hi, I'm Callie, and this is the Self-Worth Channel. This is where you gain support, energy, and momentum to keep going, to prove that you're worthy of a life well lived, and that you deserve love, you deserve compassion, and you deserve to level up, not for them, but for you, so we can transform your life. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button below and the bell to be notified every week when I launch a new video on self-love, self-worth, and I actually get to the root of your pain, and so we can change it, rewire it, and transform it for good. So before I explain anything moving forward, I want you to feel what it's like to change your state. So I'm going to show you how you have the power on your own to hone your own energy in and to transform it. So all you have to do here is follow my lead. So if you're doing something right now, just pause, put everything away, and just watch this video for just a minute. And just start to take a couple of grounding deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Beginning to notice the jaw starting to relax, maybe the shoulders starting to relax. We place attention on those areas. Noticing that maybe they were tense and tight before we started to place awareness on them. Now let's do this 2 more times, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing is a tool to move us right into the present moment. So we're going to really hone in on the tools that we have within the body to change our state. So now we'll just start to move the body physically a little bit. So maybe rolling the shoulders, maybe rolling the hands, maybe kicking the feet, maybe moving the hips, moving a little bit bigger, and just trying to get that stuck energy moving and flowing through the body, because we are trying to get energy going, not staying stuck. We want energy to keep moving through us. So just seeing if we can move a little bit just to get the body into a state of reception. And we want to tell the body, I'm safe, I'm in control. So while we're moving, telling the body, I'm safe here, I'm in control. Okay, here's the fun part. So take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so we're going to try an exercise, and this is an exercise called laughter as an exercise. So I'm not going to make you laugh here. You're going to make yourself laugh, and this is part of our exercise. Okay, so just bear with me for a second. Breathing in, and then just breathe out a silly little laugh. Ha 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 ha! Even if it's fake. Ho 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 ho! Hee 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 hee! Ha 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 ha! So it's really awkward and uncomfortable potentially, or it's really funny, or it's just silly, or even just watching me do it might make you laugh. Your body doesn't know the difference between exercises of laughter and legitimate laughter. So let's do this again. Ha 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 ha! So you might feel there's a little bit of real laughter mixed in there. And that is the point, is to just allow the body to just do its thing. So we're going to do that one more time. Breathing in through the nose. Okay. Settling into our seat, putting our hands on our heart, and just feeling the state of the heart and the body in this time. Being with the heart, being with the body. If we can manually create a smile on the face, doing so now. And now repeating after me. I don't have to earn love. I am love. I give from fullness, not depletion. And just checking in with yourself here. Maybe you're smiling a little bit. Maybe your energy, you feel it a little bit higher. Maybe you feel a weight lifted off. Comment below if you feel better. So what we did there was we changed our energetic state, basically manipulated the body in a certain way so that we could tap into the mind state. So a lot of the time, somatics, using the body to restore and heal, is a really powerful way if we can't tap into and adjust the mind state first. And we do that a lot in the self-worth system by way of hugging, tapping, because it's a really effective way to really show the nervous system you're safe. We don't change unless we feel like we're safe. We just can't. Everything is rooted in safety. So we don't feel like we can transform until we feel like there is an opportunity of safety to do so. And the thing is about the mind-body connection is it is not a mind-body connection. The mind and the body are one. So when you physically move the body into a state, you're actually moving the mind into a state because it's not connected. It's the same thing. It's all one system. So if we can show the brain through physical movement that in fact we are safe, that we are allowed to be silly, that we are allowed to laugh, then what we do is we unlock a part of the brain that says, okay, I can be more receptive to learning a new way of doing things. And so that's what we do in the self-worth community. And that's why I'm sharing this video here, because I see so much content about people that talk about how we can change the brain. Yeah, we can change the brain. We totally can change the brain by way of just using the brain. But what I found working with so many women is that a lot of the time the brain is so stuck on a fixed mindset that we actually can't change the brain just by changing the brain. We have to bring in the body as well. And that's why we use different somatic movements and tapping and different energies to be able to shift the mind manually without having to first tap into the brain. And then once we feel safe to do so, we can start to use our brain-based exercises. And when we get to that state of safety, we can start to unlock those underlying layers of anxiousness and fear of being alone and why we feel that way, so that we can start to understand it, nurture it, release it, and reprogram it. The other part in this is that we're doing this together. You aren't doing this alone. You are doing this with me. And community is so key in healing. We have mirror neurons, so we mirror the people that we surround ourselves with. So when you're watching this video, you're influenced by what I'm doing. And so when we do this in community together, we're not only keeping each other accountable, but we're mirroring each other's actions. We're supporting each other in our growth. So when we do feel down, there's another person there to say, let's do this. Let's keep going. And then it motivates us to go further. And so the power of community is so underestimated. And it's important to realize that and recognize that we have so many tools and we have so much available to us now, like YouTube, to show that we can use this power for good, and we can start to cultivate communities where we uplift each other rather than bring each other down. Being in the right community tells us that we're safe as well. It also tells us that we're perfectly accepted as we are, and it gives us that opportunity to teach our nervous system and our brain that we are whole, worthy individuals that are deserving of love. And finally, starting this process is signaling to the brain that you matter. That is the key, is that you matter. And we need to signal that to the brain as much as we can, which is why repetition is so key, which is why we need to find things we love. We need to not make it effort. We need to not try and work our way into something, because when we do that, we feel stressed. We don't feel safe. So my priority in all of this is ensuring that everybody who comes into my circle feels like they're doing something they truly want to do and it feels good to them. It feels like they're safe, they feel connected. so that they want to repeat the process over and over and over. And so when we start to see some results, some relief, it kind of encourages us to keep going. And the problem that I see is that a lot of women go, and then they stop once they start seeing results. The real key in getting over that hump long term is to keep going and to keep doing those things that you were doing when the pain was really, really tough, and make it a lifestyle. Because why wouldn't we want to make well-being our lifestyle? Why wouldn't we want to make cultivating a really positive mindset and having a high energetic frequency our lifestyle? And so much of the time, these heartbreaks can actually become a tipping point for us to transform our lives forever, so that we can transform our state forever, so we can break patterns that are from generations prior to us. We have this opportunity to raise our self-worth in a way like never before. Reframing that and looking at this as a lifestyle change. That is where I see these women change for good. It's not that Sally can do it better than Wendy. It's that Sally committed and Wendy didn't. Wendy decided it wasn't time. Wendy decided it was too hard. Sally decided it was hard and she was going to keep going. That's the difference. It was Florence Scovel-Shinn who paved the way by showing us and telling us about the power of our brain and the law of attraction. That was way before neuroscience even existed. And how did Florence Scovel-Shinn know this? Because Florence proved it. Because Florence had case study after case study after case study that showed when you change your mind, you change your life. And now we're seeing doctors all over the world confirm this with science, with neuroscience. And then here we are running around comparing ourselves, constantly worrying, negative mindset, and we wonder why we are where we are. And if you're offended, I am sorry. If you are realizing that maybe this is you and you want to change that, then start changing your physical state to change your mental state. Start somewhere. Start tapping into whatever works best for you, whether it's whether it's waking up with a mindset shift, whether it's waking up with a physical shift. Finding a way to start tapping into that every single day will change your life. And if you want help doing this, then book a call with me to learn more about the community at the Self-Worth System and how we do this every single day. It is my obsession. It is my passion to learn everything I can about how we can level up and heal from heartbreak in the fastest, most efficient way possible, so you're in good hands at the Self-Worth System. I have my community who is learning every single day. I'm receiving tools, community, and all of the things that I talk about in these videos. So if you're ready to level up and you want the support, book a call. You can book a call in the link below, and we'll get you on a 45-minute discovery call so that you can stop seeking validation from your ex and start receiving it from within, so that you can attract the life and the love you truly deserve. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel below, and it will give you additional content, videos, motivation, community support, everything that you need to become your best self and to make them realize what they lost.